Okay, officials, let's talk some more about free kicks and focus on the other three officials on the crew, the two wing officials, the line judge and the head linesman, and the referee. To start the play, make sure your sidelines are completely clear, the restricted area. And unlike in the schematic here for varsity, at the WMOA and OK conference, we'd like the wing officials to be back straddling the pylon. So be in back of the pylon and slightly to the side so that you can rule on a ball coming over the pylon to make sure that it's either a touchback or out in the field of play, out of bounds. Don't be too technical if the ball's that close. Make it a touchback and give the receiving team the ball at the 20-yard line. So again, wing officials line up to the back. All three officials, you have responsibility for counting team R. Make sure we have 11 players. Wings, extend a forearm with a thumbs up to the referee when you have 11. Referee will acknowledge back to each of you. Usually at the same time, hey, we're all good. I've got 11 as well. Okay. When the ball is kicked without penalty, without foul, I should say, again, wings, you'll be back here in the pylon. Very important that not all three officials watch the ball float delicately down to the receiver here at the 10-yard line, as shown in the schematic. Very important, wing officials, that you watch your outside receiving team member here, blocks that are on him and by him. Very important you see that, and you can see it from back here. These receiving team players are typically going to peel back and run and engage maybe somewhere around the 30-yard line with the Team K players that are coming down. So you must see this outside block. Personally, there's a block I'll never forget that I missed because I was watching the ball flow gently down, and I missed a horrific targeting by a Team K player coming down and using his helmet to make helmet-to-helmet contact with this blocker here. So I'll never forget that because I can still hear the sound of his helmet hitting this player and laying him out injured. So make sure we see that block, and then we're going to go to zone coverage here as shown by the color. So headlines person, you're going to watch here. Line judge, you're going to watch here. Referee, you're going to watch here. It's very important, wings, that you trail the runner. So the runner catches the ball at the 10, you're going to be back here at the goal line. Referee at the goal line. Just wait until that ball is possessed. If it's possessed in your zone, wind your arm to start the clock, but be looking forward. Look at that first block, and then look at threats out in front of the ball carrier. Wings, very important that you trail the play by, I'd say, seven yards-ish. Okay? You get a much better angle if you're trailing the play. You do not want to be even with the play. Okay? Even with the return, even with the ball carrier. Trail the play. Train your eyes not to watch the ball carrier, but to watch threats. What's a threat? It's a Team K and a Team R player coming together. Okay? It's these Team R players peeling back and running toward their old goal line, trying to block a Team K player. That's where we get those very hard hits from the blind side that decleat players. That's where we get blocks in the back and so forth. Okay, reminder for low blocks, never allowed on a free kick. At no time is either team allowed to block low. So that would be a foul in all circumstances. Okay, as the ball's returned, again, wings trail the play. You've got support from the inside here. You've got the back judge who's come in. You've got the umpire who's come in. They're looking inside out. And they too are looking out ahead of the play, looking at threats. When the ball carrier goes down, as shown here, the ball carrier is tackled at the 25. Line of scrimmage official, you come and square off. Blow your whistle when you see the ball. Make sure you see the ball before you blow your whistle. And square off nicely. 2 big swipes with your arms over your head to kill the play and mark the line of scrimmage. Very, very important. The exact yard line where the play ends is not as important as keeping your field of vision upstream and catching the threats, catching the fouls. Nobody cares if they start at the 25 or the 26. They do care if we miss a very obvious safety foul that we didn't see because we were too intent on marking the ball. You should try to start on a line if you can, a big line, a 5-yard line if you can. Put the ball there. It just makes the next series very easy to set the chains. For example, the ball starting at the 25, we know we have to get to the 35. It makes the chain gang over here on the headlinesman side, makes their life very easy. So start on a line, or at least a whole yard line if you can. Never start a new series on a kick return like this at, let's say, the 27.5-yard line. Just don't do it. Put it on a whole yard line. No one will notice. Nobody will care. Quick comment about four-person crew. These are the mechanics you'll typically use. This is in the mechanics manual, by the way, in the free kick section. These are good to review pregame. With your crew, you're typically middle school, and in high school, you're going to be working with people that you don't work with regularly. This is something great you can bring up on your phone. By the way, to access it, just go to the MHSAA.com site, click on officials, then click on sports-specific content, football, and the mechanics manual will be listed there. You'll always get the most current version that's been updated for 2021 by doing that. You can also download it to your device of choice and bring it up as a PDF document. In four-person mechanics, the back judge is not there. So the line judge, you've moved up now on the press back side. You're really taking the back judge responsibilities with the additional responsibility of you're watching the block on and by the widest Team R player as well. So you've got 1, 2, and 3. Umpire, you still got number 2 over here, and headlines person, you've still got number 1, the widest on your side. The referee has to do double duty for the goal line and then act as a wing official, so that we don't want the referee having to look up here as well, in addition to the other 2 things that he's doing. So line judge, just take that number 1 block, see those initial blocks. Remember, you're also going to button hook in 8 to 10 yards. Umpire, same as in 5-man. Then everything else is the same as in 5-man. Line judge, you'll also have far goal line responsibility, so maintain that 20-yard cushion. Okay, looking at our kickoff play again, the ball's going to get kicked. And let's just stop it right there. We don't see any officials in the screen, and that's good because the wing officials are back straddling the pylon. The referee should be on the goal line. And let's just remember what we're looking at. Wing official will look at this first block. This wing official will look at this first block. Back judge, you've come in and you're going to look at blocks 2 and 3 on your side. And umpire, and safe to do so, you'll come in and you're going to be looking at the block there on number 2 on your side. Okay? The ball comes down, and you see this player right here is going to pick up the ball. Very important that the 3 officials back here, this wing, the referee, and the wing that you can't see out of the picture, not all watch the ball. Okay, this is in the side zone here on this side of the hash marks, so this wing official out of the picture probably is the appropriate one to watch that. It's really important that we watch those first blocks. Keep our eyes upstream. We don't have to have all 3 officials watching this player pick up the ball. Okay. Now, if he was kneeling down and it was something that we needed to see, if he was down by contact, his knees were on the ground, this wing official over here probably has the best view of that. Okay, but he does pick it up cleanly, and the wing official can wind his arm. You see the referee winding there, and you see the officials coming very quickly off of the goal line. This official, in fact, is already even with the runner. And again, we don't want to pick on any officials or any crews. I might wait just a hair longer here and be on the goal line, because if this ball is touched, it retains its properties as a kick. We say a kick is a kick is a kick until it's possessed. So if that ball touches the goal line or goes in the end zone, we've got a touchback in high school. Okay, so don't be in a hurry to get off the goal line. And wing officials, as we talked about, you want to maintain your cushion so that you can be looking ahead at an angle for these plays. Okay, so you want to be looking at threats. So as we identify threats, you want to train your eyes. This official should see this threat here. Okay, referee, you're looking here. Likewise, the other official on the far side looking here. Okay? Train your eye not to look at the ball carrier. You see right there, there's a block that looks like a block in the back. The official has, because he's trailing, has seen this. He sees that the block starts in the side. Contact is maintained. The blocker keeps touching the tackler and then pushes in the back. So by rule, that is not ruled a block in the back. But it's important because it's right there where the runner scoots through. We call that the point of attack. So you might get some grief from the coach, but you just say, hey, legal block, you maintain contact. It's just important that you see it, and he appears to have a good perspective here. So that's great. Again, ideally, he's just a little bit further back to get an even better angle on that. Okay, this official as well, be a little bit further back, be looking for threats. We've got a potential threat here. We've got potential action here. And remember, you've got inside out looks from the back judge and the umpire. Okay. So we'll run this through, trail the play. I like how the official stays outside on the restricted area. You want to just glance ahead so you don't run into a coach or something. But we're still looking for threats. The official back here is in good position to see threats. And then likewise, we've got the umpire and the back judge. Back judge, you're going to be backpedaling to maintain that cushion because you've got to get to the goal line. Now, as the play runs to its conclusion, we see he steps out at the 50, and we've got a good tackle there. The referee, excuse me, the official is going to kill the clock, 2 big swipes, and mark the forward progress. So good job by the crew. We see the umpires come over a little bit from the other side of the hash marks, probably appropriate, given that all the players are here. It's important on these to keep officiating, because oftentimes on these kick returns in this peripheral area, kind of the secondary arc away from the ball, you'll get some pretty devastating hits where players are still running full speed and they will hit someone late after the whistle. We'll take a look at that next.